there, so I wouldn't see my notes.
You can share the, you can share the,
There we go.
There you go.
is it been recording now?
Yeah, recording on that.
Oh.
Fabulous.
Okay, let's start again. I look better on sorry about the technical delay, no technical difficulties there, sorry. So, welcome everybody to this Mumbles Community Council annual meeting for 7th of May 2024.
That's the button.
First item on the agenda.
Or somebody using a different laptop to join.
Is anyone there?
There were two people online.
They've given up.
at that point. Was Mikey coming?
It's all right. Let's not give them. Never mind, if they've gone, they've gone.
If they're gone,
No, it's
it'll be recorded anyway. So, okay, so item 1 on the agenda is to elect the chair of the council. And nominations have been received for the following: Councillor Martin O'Neill, proposed by Councillor Rob Marshall and seconded by Rhian Evans. Okay, we all thankful for that? Are we all happy with that?
Yeah.
So then the next thing is to achieve the chair's declarations of acceptance of office. I'm incredibly honoured and privileged to be voted yet again to be chair of Mumbles Community Council. It can be at times like herding cats, but herding cats can have its rewards as well. And I think we've achieved some great things as a council. And as I sort of said, I just really want to thank everybody. I'll talk about this later on, but I really want to thank those people who supported me in the last year. It's really meant a lot. It really has. So thank you all, and I'm pleased to accept this office again and on. So thank you very much. So quickly moving on to point 3, to elect the vice chair of the council. Nominations have been received for the following: Councillor Will Thomas, proposed by Ian Scott, and Councillor Martin. Okay, so if that's the case, can we move on to the vice chair's declaration of acceptance of office?
Thank you very much. Very privileged and honoured to have the vice chair again. I think I don't think you've missed a meeting saying that. So, you know, it's something we work well together, and you know, whenever we've got to do things as a council together, we work very well together. So it's happy to do that with yourself again. I think the council obviously has lots of big projects and lots of small projects. I think we're doing well with both of them. All the staff are doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
And I think the whole council is, in my opinion, much more harmonious, and everyone seems to be getting on with business well. So we've got lots of small things, lots of big things. Hopefully, Ostream, we can, you know, make some headway with that. It's a, you know, bit of a funding challenge, but so there's lots of funding challenges out there. Underhill, still a few things to work on. Langland, the list goes on. So we've got lots to do, and hopefully we can all do it together. Thank you.
Thanks again, Rob. So could we have apologies for absence, okay?
Councillor Michael Parker.
Okay, so have you got any declarations of interest?
Chair, I've got I'm the chair of Oystermark Historical Association for Equality and Innovation.
Okay, thank you very much. Can that be noted? Any other declarations of interest? Okay, so if we move on to point 7, receive the chair's annual report, which I prepared earlier, which I'll read out. I was greatly honoured to be elected chair of council for the civic year 2023-2024. And I would just like to thank my fellow councillors, staff, volunteers, and members of the local community and our new clerk for all the support afforded me in this position. On behalf of all the members of staff, can I take this opportunity to express the pride that we all feel to work for and represent such a vibrant community. This is the second year of the latest iteration, the report I'm giving now, it's the second year of the latest iteration of Mumbles Community Council, elected to serve the local community in May 2022. Following my own election as chair of the council in May 2023, one of the first duties I had to undertake was participate in the selection and appointment of our new clerk, Kerry Grabham, who was appointed in June 2023. Kerry took over the role that had previously been diligently fulfilled by our previous clerk, Mr. Steve Hayden, who had been our clerk for some 15 years. Tragically, Steve had passed away suddenly the previous February. In view of this situation, Kerry had to come into her new role in what were quite tumultuous circumstances. However, I am very pleased to report that the process was relatively seamless, with Kerry being able to pick up the reins of the council from where Steve had left them. Throughout 2023-2024, Mumbles Community Council has sought to consolidate and build on its previous achievements, particularly in providing and supporting the provision of community facilities such as Underhill Park and Skateboard Park. Having now taken over the lease of the Ostrom Centre, right in the heart of our community, we are keen to explore how we might protect and enhance this valuable asset so it might best satisfy the current and future needs of our community. We continue to support our regular activities such as Mumblefest, Coffee with Friends, Warm Hugs, Titter Picks, Green Heroes, Family Fun Days, Mumbles History Project, and the Christmas Parade, and others. And I'm also pleased to report that this year we had great success with our Gardeners Question Time, which we are hoping to repeat at some point in the future. As a council, we always welcome and encourage engagement and participation with our local residents. The majority of our meetings are open to the public, either in person or via remotely linked via our website. We make provision for local residents to submit questions and inquiries to our meetings and committees, and support and guidance on how to do this is available via our website or by contacting the main office. Going forward, we intend to develop a proactive and strategic approach to implementing the aims and objectives of the Wellbeing of Future Generations Act to ensure that Mumbles continues to be a welcoming and sustainable place for both residents and visitors alike. As this is the end of the year report, I particularly want to accentuate the positive. However, that is not to deny that there have been challenges that we have faced as a council. That is to be accepted. But the salient point is that we have collectively faced these and overcome them as best we can. Going forward, I want to thank those councillors, and I'll mention Will in particular, and staff who have worked diligently to effectively deliver for the community. I fully appreciate that there has been lots of change in the past year in MCC, which at times can be unsettling. But the best way of dealing with such change is cooperation, by working together. On that note, I want to take this opportunity to personally thank those councillors, staff, and members of the local community who have supported me and encouraged me in my role as chair during the past year. But at times, such support is invaluable. As we enter the civic year of 2024-2025, I'm feeling very positive that we have established a strong foundation of personal and professional relationships that will help us build on and consolidate our achievements to date. And I look forward to the challenges and opportunities of the year to come. Right. So if we move on to review of delegation arrangements to committees, subcommittees, staff, and other local authorities. Is that the list that we've got?
Yes, so you've already delegated powers to myself and Paul previously, so it's just reconfirming them. And then it's also just to mention that in our standing orders, committees do have delegated powers to spend up to £1,000 within their committed budget. So it's just to put that into the forefront of the new chair's minds that are coming in, that if your expenditure is up to £1,000, you don't need to take it back to council to get approval. And then obviously we can appoint to another council. If we are working with another council, we can delegate powers to them, but I don't think that's anything that's happened as yet, and I don't envisage it happening. So it's just to reconfirm the delegation of the powers as they stand.
Okay, Will.
So it's the delegation of the £1,000, that's only if it's in the budget, right?
Only if it's in the budget. I didn't say that.
That does not matter. Yeah. Anything else? Okay. So we move on then to appointments of chairs of existing committees. I would just like to comment.
Sorry, Chair, you review standing orders in terms of reference to the
Oh, sorry.
committees.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I jumped ahead of this. To review the terms of reference of the standing committees. Now, you've got all these in your pack. Has anybody got any points that they particularly want to raise in relation to these standing orders? If not, we're happy to accept them as they. Any points? So if not, can I move to the vote? Are they happy to accept them as they stand? Okay, so if I now go on to appointments of chairs to existing committees, I just wanted to comment at this point as well. I think it would be useful and healthy for the council if we had more fresher faces putting themselves forward for chairs of committees. I can understand that people can find it a bit intimidating, that confidence to put themselves forward in the committee. But, you know, something that we've talked about before, we don't want to have like sort of musical chairs, the same faces going around as chairs of committees all the time. I think it's healthier for the council if we do have a healthy turnover of people. Now, one of the things I would say to more newer councillors, as a council, we are here to support and encourage you to take the role as chair of a committee. I can understand it can be intimidating, but there is training available and also there is support from more experienced councillors as well. And I would really like to encourage this. And I would like to see going forward in the committees that we've got, because we've got established people putting themselves forward for chairs of these committees, could I suggest and respectfully suggest that committees appoint somebody who's maybe hasn't had experience of being a chair of a committee as the vice chair of that committee, and then they can use that as, if you like, a stepping stone to maybe going forward, and then maybe next year take them on as chair of the committee. So that's just a suggestion, okay? So the following nominations have been received. Community and Social Development Committee. Councillor Ian Scott, proposed by Councillor Will Thomas and Councillor Martin O'Neill. Okay, so we're happy. Congratulations, Ian. Thank you very much. I'll go let's set. It's the applause that So if we go on to the next committee, which is Culture, Tourism and Communication Committee, and the nomination we have is Councillor Angela O'Connor, who's proposed by Rob Marshall, seconded by Brian Evans. Okay, so happy with that? The Environmental Committee, Councillor Canny Townsend Jones, proposed by Pam Erasmus and Councillor Sarah Keaton. Okay, congratulations, Canny. So now we go on to the Finance and Compliance Committee. And we have two nominations here, so we'll have to go to the vote of this. And we have Councillor Pam Erasmus, proposed by Councillor Canny Townsend Jones, and seconded by Councillor Phil Keaton. And Councillor Rob Marshall, proposed by Brian Evans, and seconded by Martin O'Neill. You have the manifestos in your pack as well, so I hope you've had a chance to review those. So, can I put it to the vote those? All those in favour of Pam Erasmus? Okay, all those in favour of Rob Marshall? Okay, congratulations, Rob. Any abstentions? Sorry. Oh, sorry.
You have to note the pen. Yeah, I've noted Helen's out of the room as well. So.
Okay. So appointment of members to existing committees. We have this in the pack. Oops, hold on. So if we start off with the Social Development Committee. So I can't find the Yeah, Community and Social Development Committee. So we have 10 nominations. 10 people put themselves forward, but we only have 9 positions. Before I proceed, is there anybody?
I'm only as a third choice, so I wouldn't be included anyway. First and second choices will automatically get preference.
Okay, so we're down to 9 people, so there we go then, we've got the 9 on that committee. I thought you were down to second, sorry, Carrie, my mistake there. So if we move on to culture and tourism, we have a full committee there. And then finance and compliance. Anthony, you know, so we've got first and second choice there. Again, I will ask, is there anybody who still wants to put themselves forward or anybody wants to drop out at this point? I've got 10 on me.
Yeah.
It's fine, first choice. Between the twos, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
between the tools. So those on the tools are Ian Scott, Rob Marshall, Martin O'Neill, Ian Evans, and Tim Zoo.
You say this again, please.
Yeah.
Ian Scott, Rob Marshall,
Hasn't he just been elected as chair?
yeah, but there's,
This is fine now.
And Ian Scott, there's an automatic
I get it.
selection if he was previously chair, so that's 2 already.
That's between.
so there would be 9 on there, Kelly?
And there's one more position to fill up between. So there was 5.
If Ian Scott is,
There was 5 number 1, so if Ian Scott's automatically in and Rob's automatically in, that is 7, so you've got 2 more positions to fill, so they could go between yourself, Rhian and Tim.
So one of you three has to go.
okay,
2 out of 3 have to go.
Oh, really?
One.
I think.
1 is 9 and there's 10 people.
Oh, there's one, right.
so 1 out of those 3 has got to go from finance and compliance. I said, I'd be more than happy to drop out of that committee, but the only thing is. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to drop out of that committee, so that.
Chair, should you not be part of that committee as chair of council?
Well, that is the only concern that I've got.
Automatic. Well, they always do chair and council.
I think it's 4, the chair is on that committee.
Well, that's up, it's not automatic. Council, it's no automatic, never has been.
Sorry, how many are allowed in the committee?
Nine.
We can't
And
have
is-
7
Are
already.
you allowed to include the chair in that?
Chair of the committee, yes.
So therefore, we're still over 1 in community then, are we?
Step down.
I mean, I was only on the third.
So she can do this.
Yep.
That's still this.
There still is 10.
No, it's not finance now, Al.
I'd like to,
Finance now.
Yeah, no, I'm just jumping back to Ian, so we think so one.
Oh,
It's 9,
no, it's 9.
it's 9.
It's 9,
One,
yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
How many recording this?
Right, yes, we are, right, back to finance.
First of all, the politics, I don't have to count, isn't it?
Okay, I'll stand down from finance, but hopefully next year people will remember that. I will tell you. I'd really like to.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Rhian. So
Thank you, Rhian.
Yeah. Okay, so that's all the committees sorted now. We've got personnel. Yeah, do you want to go into some of the other committees?
That's on Wednesdays now.
Yeah.
Wednesdays tricky with me. I can just about do 1 Wednesday a month, but not 2 Wednesdays a month. When is environmental?
When's the way the myself?
Mondays,
Mondays.
4th Monday in the month.
Oh, there we go, there we go. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony Finance, yeah.
Ian's going to environmental action.
So can I check that, really, on environmental?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Carrie dropped off community and social and Rhian has moved from
it's now then.
environmental.
Review of adoption of standing orders of financial regulation. Anything to say on that, Kerry?
No, just that new financial regulations have been issued by now to the SLCC. So I am waiting for One Voice Wales to issue these round shortly. And then obviously we'll cross reference some of our own to check if there's any updates we need to bring in.
Okay, thank you for that. So review of representation on or work with external bodies and arrangements for reporting back. Any particular observations on that, or anything that's changing? Well,
You did email MCA about potentially, did you hear back off on Voice Wales?
I have heard back from One Voice Wales and they haven't answered that question of the bussy. They've just advised that we go back to the person who drafted the agreement and ask them.
But this, and some of this is on the agenda for the next full council
Yeah.
as well. So, okay. So can we move on to point 14 then? To appoint observers to the meetings of governing bodies of the following organisations. Oystermouth Historical Society.
Chair, sorry, can I just ask, there's one list off there, which is the Friends of Oystermouth Castle. So can I ask if that be included? I did speak to Kerry about that and she said to raise it in the meeting.
Okay,
Yeah, I think it's a worthwhile.
yeah, well, it's an
Glad, yeah.
you know, we're going to be working with them on the D-Day celebrations. So, can I go back to the list that we've got in front of us? The Oystermouth Historical Society.
No, Ian Scott nominate. You go
Second.
anyway.
Yes, 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 I'm happy to do that. I'm a member.
Yeah, you go
I'm a
anyway.
long-standing member. So
Oh, very good.
it's not as if it's an inconvenience for me to go. So
Well, you've got.
I would be there anyway.
Yeah.
If you would like to nominate someone else, I think.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
You go, Ian.
Would that be-
You interrupted it, Fleming.
Oh, yes, I'm a long-standing member of the historical.
Hysterical.
Yes, there.
West Cross Community Association.
You do that.
I'm chairman.
I'm secretary.
And you're secretary of that, so we're happy to continue with that. Yeah. very
So,
good.
so who was, just to confirm, who's the MCC rep there?
Well, I'd started off that way, they dragged you in. You could. You put it on, you wanted.
So why can't we be MCC reps and secretary?
You can.
We can. Right. It's just that we need to put on the paper with Vicky.
So who is it?
Well, it was me.
No, it's just last one. So,
Put it down. So, you know. Mumbles Development Trust. We got anybody?
Carrie, do you go to those meetings still?
Me, I haven't been for years, no, because that's not, I wasn't director.
It's still right.
Did we have a rep before?
Was about
They don't meet, they're irregular meetings, they only meet when they've got something they need to, they're working on the train track at the moment.
So Councillor O'Brien and Councillor O'Connor.
Yeah, no, right, me then. Oh, we'll do it again.
It's easy one too.
Never invite to me.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Can we put Hannah down for that then?
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Make sure they know to notify.
Yeah,
We never.
we don't.
It's
It's easy, Anna, it's fine.
I never know me.
They did take money off us though, out of the community budget, so.
The next one is the steering committee of MCA. Yeah, this is sort of disbanded and it's on the agenda for the next full council and there's this whole thing about whether we will be putting a trustee in. So can we defer that? Are you happy to do that?
Yes.
Okay. Austrian Management Advisory Group. Who's been doing that? Have we been-
Kind of, but if anyone's got a burning desire to do it, they're welcome to.
You keep your.
Yes.
If you need to continue.
Okay.
It's not something that meets very often.
No,
4 times a year.
but, yeah, yeah.
Who's doing it?
I'll do it unless someone wants to, then happy to step aside if anyone wants to. Go once.
Okay, that's all.
Well,
So moving on to point 15, to appoint representative
The Friends of the
Oh,
Castle.
sorry, Friends of the Castle, so yes.
I stick my name down.
Yeah, speaking of the outside, unless anybody's got any objections.
Who was that, Rob? Friends.
Gonna be the two-way seat of that one.
You are?
Could do as two of us.
If we can, I'd be happy to have
Yeah,
it.
no, so that.
We can alternate the meetings then.
Well,
Not that it was, but it carries.
Happy, yes, great.
it does.
There'll be a lot of meetings.
It's not representative. That's okay.
I'm a bit of a ruin myself, so.
Okay, so if we go on then to point 15, to appoint representatives to the following organisation. One Voice Wales Swansea Area Committee.
It's probably carrying it.
No,
No.
I've been one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, carries the next one.
Yeah.
Don't cry.
But you have to, as chair, do that. You just-
Yeah, well, I was going to say, really, I tend to go to that and some carry things moving something.
It's a really important motion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have, I think is it 2 councillors and a clerk? So there's,
Yeah, so if any other councillors ever want to come, it's quite interesting, they want to know the backgrounds of council, they want to see what other councils are doing.
I mean, if no one else wants to do it, I'll do it because it's important somebody's there.
Yeah. So we're going to Town and Community Councils Forum, is this the one you've been doing, Carrie?
I've been, yes, I think it's only met once, it wasn't onerous. Twice.
Twice,
That's what I could
So I
say.
got some on the agenda and then I was on.
Yeah, that's right, then you can go.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, somebody wants to do it. No, William's on that council, you'd be on it anyway if you were,
Are you happy to continue?
I suppose so,
There we go, thank you very much for that.
and the next one.
One Voice Wales Larger Councils Committees, and that's the one you'll be doing as well.
Yeah, yeah, I'm on the NEC.
That's my whole thing.
Okay. Finland Association of Members, Sarah, Rebecca will be doing this, isn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a member, but I can't be sure when it's into meetings, I just can't.
No, it's somebody else meeting. I take this on Rebecca.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pam could pick up for Rebecca, that'd be great.
okay, that's great. So those appointments have been done, so appointment of school governance. Have we got any school governance or change or step down? Or are the school governance continuing?
I'm sorry.
Are you, are you down as?
No, you're.
No, you're not sorry,
Are
Sydney.
you a local authority?
Yeah, sorry, local
Yeah,
authority, yeah.
Council now, so they do need community council.
Oh, yeah.
And in Swansea, or you're in Grange.
I mean, what's doing I'm Grange?
So do they need one in Sligo?
Yeah.
Do they need one in Wales now?
Who's the governor for Whitestone?
Because allowed 6 months off or something.
Yes, I don't
Who's at
think.
Whitestone?
Who's away? Oh,
And the Grange.
Yeah.
Are
you one for Newton?
Sorry?
Are you one for Newton? Are you Newton, are you?
Me and Will are on for.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're Newton, I'm Swansea Council on.
yeah.
Yeah,
You're Muckles, yeah.
yeah.
Where's Glengarry's looking for a governor?
Sorry?
Amelia. Amelia.
I'd be happy to go to
And-
Clydesdale for governor.
What about Oyster? Are you carrying on as Oyster?
I'm Oyster Man.
If you're happy to go to Sligo, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be lovely.
Ideally, someone who's a Welsh speaker if possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should go.
You live there?
The speaker, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many are they looking for? Do we know?
If they're looking for someone ideally who's a Welsh speaker.
There's only one MCC governor on each school. You can't
That's
do that.
discriminating. I think it's discriminating. You have to be Welsh speaker, so no.
You don't.
I don't think it has to be that because it's a Welsh
A
medium.
lot of their meetings, they try and do in Welsh, although I'm sitting there and they tell me a bit what's going on.
Sometimes.
So, yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes they don't.
Should we go through it school by school so that everyone's a bit clearer? Right, so Newton is Rob. Whitestone,
Me.
Pam. Oystermouth,
Me.
Harry, Males is, so
Is Rebecca.
is she a local authority or is she?
No, she's at MCC.
Right,
Yeah.
so
I think she was saying she was certainly appointed as MCC.
Yeah,
said
I was
she-
appointed, but then they asked you if you want to
I
be
don't
signed
know.
on.
Do you want to check with Rebecca if she, yeah,
Otherwise,
she
yeah,
could,
you could.
if she could swap to local authority, then you could do it, but you'll have to check with her first, I suppose.
And some governors are community governors rather than community council governors, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're elected by the
So,
governors.
so Males is Rebecca. Do we have anyone at St David's?
No.
I'd be happy then with St David's because I'm learning Welsh and not fluent Welsh.
You'd be happy with St David?
Yeah, 100%.
Did you put your hand up for Clondero?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, Chair, I hand that to you.
Yeah, no, that's, but I think, thank you, both those councillors, it's, I think that'd be great.
I'm sorry, Chair, but I have no idea what it entails.
No, we're not even that.
It's helping to guide the school.
Other councillors, he has been,
Yeah, you will, yeah.
we will support you
Yeah.
in any way that you need, right?
We have to wear the uniform.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the things I would say that, and I would say that with vice chairs of committees as well, or anybody taking on any role, if you want help, just call out, just tell us. There's lots of training available, Kelly will know, there's lots of training available through One Voice Wales. We're a member of One Voice Wales, we can direct you to the training. A lot of the training is available online now, so you want us to do that. But also we've got personal experience as well. And then we can use on that and draw on that. So, you know, any councillor who feels that, you know, they need support or needs the confidence building, just let us know whatever we can to help. Thanks.
Can you point out that it's mandatory the training for governors?
Yeah.
There's three mandatory training courses,
Yeah.
and you have to do your DBS. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they make it all the
Sorry,
time.
Chair, I think it's Clive, the last one. Is Sarah, are you the link for twinning? Is that right? Did I get that right?
No,
Apologies, thank you.
I'm a member, but
Yeah.
that's because I'm in community
Thank you.
council.
So we just will need a name for our
I wrote the wrong one down, it's good.
farm will be that, okay? So you've done all the names now except for St David's.
No.
No, yeah, we got St David's meetings doing that.
Oh, it's only St David's, sorry. Yeah.
First time we had them, St David's. I think.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, exciting.
Oh, you can mark it.
no, I put my name in my sign. They never came back to me.
I went to St David.
Okay.
There we go, you've got a chance.
Yeah, no, Amelia's gone.
Hmm.
She's back to the top there.
They did ask before, and then I went to them, but they never came back, so. Hopefully, they
No, I
never didn't want me, I didn't like them. Okay, so. From the school government's point 17, review of inventory of land and other assets, including buildings and office equipment. I always love this one to be. This goes back how many staplers we got, how many staples, and also, Kerry, have you got anything to say on that?
Yes, this will be coming as a report to the next meeting, because Paul and I have been having quite a few discussions on the asset register on the back of recommendation that come from our internal auditor, which I challenged because I didn't think was right. It turns out I was right, the advice was wrong. We were told we needed to depreciate our assets and it's not applicable at town and community council level. So this has then led to Paul and I to discuss the asset register in quite some depth, because as I was on there that I didn't feel with our assets that of things that you replace or you repair if they get lost or damaged or broken. So Paul's been doing some work. He is on leave, but he has drafted a report when we're ready to go to full council. So this is just a noting of what's on the asset register at the moment, and then to report.
So is this gonna come to the next full
Yeah.
council?
Yeah.
Okay. So different after that then. Okay, so confirmation of arrangements for insurance cover in respect of all insurable risks.
So again, we've renewed our insurance with Zurich this year. It's the start of a new 3-year deal. So it was a lower rate than if we had a single year with them. And so everything is in place the same as it was, and we've included the building up here and any other assets that we've leased or taken over.
Okay, well, can you just remind me, is that includes skate park liability, is that separate?
And that comes under the public liability part of the insurance.
Under the same insurance?
Yeah.
And how much did it go up when we got the skate park?
Skate park was in last year's insurance, so I don't have that answer, I'm afraid.
Okay, so only for.
Yeah, because
Chair Helen's got her hand up as well.
Sorry.
we often need to send that insurance document when we do an event. So it's just quite handy for somebody in the office to have it.
Yeah.
And on the desktop.
We do have a copy there, I do need to put the updated one in the wall there. Public liability, which is there, so, yeah.
Sarah,
Yeah, as far as insurance was explained to me about skate park, it's great. When you children have an accident on a park, if the actual thing is damaged itself, like the broken was on it, then we're responsible. If a child falls off the swing and it's perfectly fine that the child falls, we're not responsible. So the skate park is golden. It's very little can go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we covered for the tennis courts?
Tennis courts again will fall under your public liability
Yeah.
insurance
And fun days?
on Sundays as well.
I'd like to take up Helen's point there, I think that we need to have this easily accessible. Yeah, because, you know, if something happens to Kelly, one of the staff, we need to know where it is, because otherwise we might not be able to function as a council. So that's a very good point, Helen, can that be noted in the minutes, please? Okay, any other points on the insurance? So if we move on to point 19, review of council complaints procedure. Any particular points to be raised there, Kelly?
No, only to say that this is, I've taken the format from last year's meeting and brought a lot of the same things forward, but as part of my silver course, I do have to look at all the policies that council have got in place and bring forward new policies. So there will be, there is an agenda item on finance committee that will come forward to re-establish the council's policy working group, so they can vet all the policies that we'll be bringing forward, and then we will have a comprehensive schedule of when you've reviewed your policy, when it's adopted and when it's due to be reviewed, and that's a piece of work I have to undertake.
Yeah, to be honest, when I was a trustee of another organisation, we used to do that, and it's useful, because otherwise things can go below the radar sometimes.
So there will be
10 years.
lots of
Yeah.
policies.
Yeah,
being
we want to
forward.
do the
That's
policy.
fun as well, isn't it?
No, I was laughing at it when we go through the policy. All right. Review of council's policy, procedures and practices in respect of obligations under the freedom of information and data protection legislation. Anything to report on that? I think we are compliant, are we not?
Yeah, we've got the policies in place, and again, that would be reviewed as part of the going forward.
Yeah. Review of the council's expenditure incurred under S 137 of the Local Government Act 1972 for the power of well-being. I think we've got that in our pack as well.
So I asked Paul for this, but as I said, he's on holiday, it wasn't left in the information they handed over to me. I think there is a small amount, section 137 expenditure in relation to the memorial tree for the previous clerk. But I do believe that's all there is, but we will confirm that for the next meeting.
Okay. Fair enough. So, review of councillors' attendance at council and committee meetings. Again, you've got a record of that in your pack. It's indicative. I think one of the things we always got to remember, certain councillors have got more demands on their time outside the council than other councillors. But as I sort of said, it's just indicative.
You're a community councillor, you're a community councillor. And you knew that when you joined that.
Well, yeah, you knew that when you joined that. What all I'm sort of saying, we shouldn't look at this attendance figures, because sometimes people got things in their personal lives that come up after they've taken on being a councillor. And I don't think that we should view this as like a school report, as it were. So anyway, that was in the pack, as I sort of said, and as I said, it's indicative, particularly to members of the public, for what meetings that the councillors have attended. Anybody got any particular points or observations on that? Okay. So then, point 23 is determining the time and place of ordinary meetings up to and including the next annual meeting of council.
In the castle.
So we've already confirmed the time and date for the committee meetings. If you remember that we would continue with the current arrangement of Mondays and Wednesdays and Tuesdays for full council. And so if everybody's still happy with that, we're getting in to produce a timetable that we can share with everybody of when all the meetings are up until the next AGM.
Well, this is good for the last, we've gone on with a number of years. So unless anybody's got any particular points, are we happy to proceed on that basis?
Yeah.
Can I check the for the culture ones, the dates and times?
Yeah.
So it's the 4th Wednesday of the month.
Yeah. That's so.
Fourth Wednesday of the month.
Can I check now?
That's right.
Ian said them one out.
You can change it now.
Yeah.
Did you want to change the date?
Somebody?
No.
So,
3 o'clock on a Sunday.
I mean,
excellent.
I keep 10 o'clock at night.
daytime would be better, but I don't know how people on that committee would feel about that.
And I know Hannah for one word.
To be honest, I think we've got the model that we've got. I think this is maybe something that if you want some flexibility, this is something you need to work out with the particular committee.
Yeah.
Okay?
I understand where I'm just coming from, because we do different jobs which are different hours to 9 to 5s.
Yeah, well, this is what I mean. That, you know, as I sort of said, yes, people do work, but people work different hours. Sometimes people work shifts and stuff like that. But anyway, as I sort of said, I do sort of think that if we go with the model that we've got at the moment, but then if you want some flexibility, I think you need to work that out. You're chair of that committee, work it out with the members.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know, is you sort of.
Everyone's got
Sorry.
Also,
I
know, sorry.
Behind you.
So, you know, these figures, are they published?
Yeah.
Yes, because I think for Amelia, for instance, Amelia's not been here for a whole year or two, so I feel that figure's misleading. Because that implies Amelia's missed 6 meetings.
Yeah, good point.
Amelia have not been here for
The whole
all
time.
that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Came later.
It's reflected in the figures, Helen. Yeah.
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 We've been on about that.
They tell you how many meetings they were could attend.
I haven't got much.
So that's the. Just I don't know how they could have been done. Last year, we started to get on that. Oh, sorry. I just thought it was against.
Okay. So if that is the case, can I draw this meeting to an end?
No, I would like to just make one point. We've got all our staff here and nobody has actually said anything to them. I would just like to, on behalf of the whole of the community council, say a huge thank you to all our staff who have been fantastic, have sat here dutifully listening to us all rabbiting off.
I think you did that in your report, Chair. didn't you?
I think he did.
To all of you, for all your hard work and, you know, we couldn't do it
Yeah.
without.
Mentioned, yes. Anyone, sorry.
Right, let's go for a drink then.
Yeah.
I'm only joking.